Greetings and welcome to results-oriented preparation. My name is Kenneth, and in today's video we are looking at the study of economics. What is economics and what does it entail? You might ask yourself, why are we following this approach this time? Remember, our main goal is to assist people in their career choices and the career direction. Oftentimes, people choose a subject, for example, at FET or in tertiary, and then realize later that they are not passionate about it. So as a result, you've got either people dropping out, people losing interest, and therefore time having been wasted and cost in pursuing that line of study. Therefore, in order to choose, you really need to know what alternatives lie out there. Knowing the alternatives, then you know whether you are passionate or you are interested about them, and therefore make the choice to study that particular subject or that particular course. Therefore, economics is our topic today, and before we go deep into it, please, I would appreciate a like and a share of the video, or alternatively subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, as well as hit the notification bell so as to receive notification for new and upcoming content. All right, what is economics? Now, there are many different definitions to economics. We're going to look at quite a few today. Alfred Marshall defines economics as the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. This is inclusive of everyone because mankind includes every human being that is alive, right? And in the ordinary, and which means in the day-to-day business of life. Everyone partakes one way or the other in business and in life as long as you are a human being. Therefore, economics is inclusive of everyone. Now, the second definition that we're looking at here, remember, we're still looking at general definitions without really looking at scientific aspects of economics. According to George Bernard Shaw, economics is the art of making the most out of life. Everyone has got goals to achieve in life, and because of that, there are alternatives that we can choose from, and the alternative creates different strategies that we can pursue life, in particular goals for success and prosperity. Now, in order to be successful, then you need to have a particular art or way of doing things. Now, economics looks at those things and the choices that are involved, for example, career choices, business choices, and why they are made. So this supports Mr. Shaw's definition. Therefore, the subject of economics is virtually about life and life choices. So the issue of choice becomes one of the central aspects of economics. Now, choice means that one has to choose. If one has to choose, it means that there are different alternatives that one is faced with. For example, day to day, we choose on what to eat, we choose on what to wear, what career choices, we choose on what to buy, where to stay, what to drive. All of those choices formulate one of the basic concepts of economics, which is the issue of choice. But having said the issue of choice, it means that there are certain other issues that are linked to it. And one of the most important issues linked to choice is scarcity. Because without scarcity, then we cannot have choice. The issue of choice as an aspect of economics comes from the fact that economics is derived from two Greek words. One is called oikos, which means a household, and the other word is called nemein, which means to manage. So the words put together mean household management. So in other words, you can define economics as the science of household management. Now, having said that, it means that in that household management, there are certain choices that need to be made. The choices are going to be made because of availability of resources. Now, we know that not all resources are readily available. The majority of resources that are available are scarce. That brings to what is known as the economic problem of scarcity. the economic problem of scarcity is only solved by the issue of choice. But we know that individuals, businesses, and government are faced with unlimited needs and wants, in particular wants that are unlimited but with limited resources or means to achieve them. Now, resources in economics can be defined as factors of production. Now, the factors of production that are used are varied, but one of the most important types of factors of production that are used in solving problems or in satisfying needs are natural resources. In economics, this can be defined under one aspect, which is called land. But natural resources are wide and are varied, including natural mineral resources such as copper, iron ore, coal, crude oil, all of those, gold, silver, all of those are natural resources. You can have vegetation, but you'll see that the majority of them have got one aspect that is common throughout, which is if depleted, they cannot be replenished. Of course, we have those that can be replenished, such as vegetation, you can replant, others can be reused and stuff like that, but the majority of them are limited. Now, because they are limited, it means that they are scarce. Now, if they are scarce, it also means that the goods and services that can be produced from those resources are scarce, therefore creating this problem of scarcity. So the goods and services are scarce because they are produced from resources or factors of production which themselves are scarce, creating that problem of scarcity, which can and must be solved using the aspect or the concept of choice. This leads us to other definitions. And one of the most pronounced economic writers in the 20th century is a man by the name of Richard Lipsey. I'm sure those that have studied or are studying economics have come across this name. Mr. Lipsey identifies or defines economics as the study of how human beings use natural resources to satisfy unlimited wants. You can see there that this thread of unlimited wants compared to the limited resources becomes one of the most important aspects that economics has to deal with. We have another definition. According to George Leonard Bach, B-A-C-H, it identifies or defines economics as the study of how scarce productive resources are used to satisfy unlimited wants. Now, having spoken about wants this much, we need to understand that wants are different from needs and can also be differentiated from demand. Okay, now, if you're looking at wants, you are looking at the unlimited desires that human beings have. Human beings have a variety of wants, and these wants will differ from one person to another. Needs are those that are essential for survival. Examples will include water, clothing, food, and shelter. These are called needs. Anything that you can live without is called a want. Those things that you can not live without are called needs. An example for a want, let's look at a service. Let's say you are traveling from Johannesburg to Cape Town, right? You can use different modes of transport to get there. You can use road, you can cycle there if you have the power to do so. You can use a bike, you can drive there, you can fly there, all right? But flying, right, or the airplanes as a service is not necessarily a need, it's a want, right? If you want to be in luxury, if you want to travel faster, therefore using or traveling by air will be the best mode to use. Now, the best mode doesn't necessarily mean it's the only mode. Therefore, it qualifies as a want in that aspect, not as a need. Demand only applies if the person that wants to possess the particular product has the backing purchasing power to or affordability to buy the actual product. I'll give an example for cars. A lot of people want to possess, for example, a luxury car such as a Porsche, such as a Lamborghini. It is a want, all right? But the fact that you do not have the buying capacity, then you do not qualify as demand for those sports car or luxurious cars. A lot of people would want to live in a golf estate such as these upcoming goals, Scarcity, for example, but not many people can afford to buy a house or even to rent there. So such housing will qualify under want, but they do not qualify as demand for those particular items because not many people can afford or do have the purchasing power to back up their want for that particular type of housing. Therefore, it is always important in economics to differentiate between needs and wants and also the demand. Now, having spoken about demand, it is also important to talk about supply. Now, supply comes from suppliers. Suppliers are those that will provide either a good or a service that will satisfy a particular need or a want, which creates a relationship between suppliers and consumers. Consumers are those that demand the goods or service that producers are supplying. Therefore, the link between producers and suppliers will then create what in economics we call price determination. If you look at most economies these days, we are moving towards capitalistic types of economies where the interaction between buyers and suppliers is the one that determines the price for a particular product. Therefore, that being the case, it is important in economics to study the behavior of households which constitute buyers and producers which constitute suppliers. In the upcoming videos, we're going to look in detail how these interact, how prices are determined in different types of markets, how markets are formulated, what types of markets exist out there. Otherwise, one of the most important aspects that we're going to be dealing with also is the issue of opportunity cost. Opportunity costs arise from the interaction of a choice as well as scarcity. Now, opportunity cost is the value of the foregone alternative. Now, where there are different alternatives that are made, if one chooses an alternative A instead of choosing alternative B, there is a cost that is incurred or there is a value that is foregone. So the value of the foregone alternative is called opportunity cost. In the upcoming videos, we're going to look at how opportunity cost is used to look at things such as production possibility frontier or the production possibility curves, either for individual firms or for economies in detail. Otherwise, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share the video, as well as subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Otherwise, for those that are choosing economics in their FET or as a module in tertiary, please do leave a comment if there are certain aspects of economics that you want us to deal with, and we'll gladly oblige. We'll see you in the next video. This is results oriented preparation.